Alexandrian Codex, Stellaris, bug testing. Welcome back. You haven't missed anything. So far, oh, we're not on fastest. Things are looking prettier, in particular, Beta Aquili. It's looking pretty dope. Oh wow, yeah, this is a mistake. So the mistake here is, asteroids typically are supposed to be spawning at the same distance from the star as the asteroid belt does, but here there seems to be a difference of about 10, so a value in here is wrong. This is probably like 55 and this is 5, or this is 65 and 55. I made a typo in here. Let's just screenshot that so I can fix it later. It doesn't matter in the context of the game. Maybe this is just like a rogue asteroid or something. You can make it make sense. Hello, Corey. Thank you for subscribing. That means you followed me on YouTube, doesn't it? Because it had the silly little zombie man. And what bugs me about that notification, it's cool, I like the notifications. I've customized all of them for Twitch to be the same icon, but YouTube is still the zombie man for some reason. Am I? Yeah, I'm in focus. I'm in focus. Yeah, YouTube's basically just my log where I put everything. By the way, the Strength from Small Places event, the energy choice is just the better choice to get there. You might get it multiple times, but don't bet on it, just take the free energy credits. Yeah, YouTube's my backlog, because Twitch won't hold on to videos forever. I haven't made anything exclusive to YouTube yet. If YouTube didn't have such terrible monetization practices, I might be incentivized to do so, but nah. Discovery, wrapping this up first, I do because it gives you that research speed plus 10% bonus right off the bat. Then you can click in here, get technological ascendancy, and turn that into a 20% bonus very early on, which is a huge deal. If we go and look at this, we now have materialist stacking on top of administrative AI, discovery traditions finished, technological ascendancy, and then that trade agreement's helping out quite a bit too. Yeah, my mod doesn't add any really new mechanics to the game that aren't in here, so this is not a bad refresher. It shouldn't be, anyway. I'm decent at this game. I think I'm better at Stellaris than I am at Hearts of Iron? Nah. That might not be true. I've gotten good at Hearts of Iron. Biolab. Now, there's plenty of arguments for going for expansion first because you get more unity this way, or prosperity because you get more unity this way, or yada 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 yada. I like tech. I want Destroyer because it seems like it's a good thing to build. Am I going to build any Destroyers? Fuck no! So let's not do it. Ion thrusters. Cool thing that happens now, science ships and construction ships auto-upgrade. You don't have to manually upgrade them anymore. In fact, you can't. So the end scenarios were pretty ridiculous in vanilla. Now, when you start a campaign, you can adjust how difficult or not difficult they are. You can adjust if they even spawn at all. You can choose the year when they'll spawn, so if you feel like you need more time to prepare, you can turn it back from 2400 to 2500, 2600, whatever. There's now Marauders in the game, which are a massive pain in the ass, as they should be. You can also affect them. When Stellaris came out, man, I lost like 8-10 games in a row before I finally caught on what good strategies were. There was Luke and I were living together because we were working at the hostel, and he was on his laptop and I was on my computer, and we were both just like losing over and over and over. It's a good way to learn a new game. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Ship designs, you can't even design civilian ships anymore. You just design military ships, and by default they start on auto-generate. I think they're trying to reduce the amount of micro that you have to put into it, but Ship designing is fun, and I think it's a shame to make that an optional feature. I don't know. That's just me. So, Centauri A, let's build a science outpost. You might have seen it there. I can build a second outpost here. Don't do that. If you're playing my mod or any other mod that introduces binary and trinary systems, do not right-click on a system and build starbase. You'll build as many starbases as there are stars, which is kind of cool in its own way. Those can be very heavily fortified systems, for example, but it's going to eat a lot of influence, and early on it's going to eat a lot of minerals for no benefit whatsoever. So just go in, like here. Here's an example. 200, 150, that's for 2 of them, not for 1 of them. If you just go into Series A, build one, there you go. I was very confused when I saw that the first time. I'm like, why the fuck is it twice as much? It's not twice as much. Now, some mods, besides mine, introduced barycenter is a type of star. The barycenter of a star system is the point in space that all the mass, the star included, orbit around. In our own solar system, that's typically inside of the sun, but occasionally it's actually right outside of the sun itself. So it orbits around that. The sun is not actually the center of the solar system. The barycenter is. So some mods add barycenter as a type of star and then remove these stars as stars and turn them into planets, which is very confusing and redundant. So then only the barycenter will allow you to build on it, and that's kind of not a bad fix. But I ain't into that. I'd rather there be a whole lot of nothing in here and just a couple of stars. Unfortunately, the way I do binary systems or trinary systems means that they can only be hard-coded. They can only be scripted. They can't spontaneously appear on their own. Because shit like what system was this that we were just in? Was that Esmeralda? No, not here. Yeah. Shit like this will happen. Imagine if instead of gas giants, they could build things as big as stars, or spawn things as big as stars, wherever the fuck they want. This would be happening all the time, and it would be so hard to get around. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go adjust moon orbits a little bit more to make sure that doesn't happen, or restrict moon sizes or gas giant sizes. Something. I'll think about it. Really, that's a recurring problem in so many different mods. Mine and so many others. Alright, next we're going up to Procyon. I'm really gunning for Arrakis here. That's why I'm just building bases but not actually developing anything, because I fucking want Arrakis. I want that size 24 ocean world. These bugs, or no, I guess they're plants. These gross plant people can't make use of it. They like deserts, so it should be mine. I think natural borders would be here, 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 and here. That'll get us. That'll be doable. Yeah.
New technology discovered.
Get a biolab. I like leadership lifespan way more than I should. It used to be more valuable when leaders cost influence instead of energy. This used to be more about. Ooh, holy shit! We got 2 maniacal gene. All right, build me a couple of science ships. I don't actually need them, but give me that maniacal. And give me that maniacal. Maniacal is great because it gives research speed plus 5%. It's second only to genius in terms of usefulness. Now let's assign both of those. So now I have 2 free scientists, hence why I built 2 new science ships, so I can assign them and just get out of here. What? Oh. Well, 1 new science ship then. Oh, that, he became our ruler, Kevin Flint. Secure the borders. Well, there was a time, Kevin, when I wanted that. The time is long gone. Just auto-explore. That's a shame. They were actually getting to be good, and now I have to train up new people. I wonder if there should be like a construction speed penalty on supermassive systems.
Construction online.
That seems like too much for me. It kind of makes sense, but even the most massive stars don't exhibit that much of a pull if you're outside of a certain distance. Black holes do, but you actually have to be fairly close to those to get irrevocably pulled in. I mean, I guess it's all relative what close means. Nebula refineries are really good. We're not in a nebula.
Anomaly detected.
That's a nebula, but we are not in one. Nebula refineries turn energy into minerals, I think?
Comms initiated.
Alright, where the fuck are you? Okay, that was not helpful. Ah, man, yeah, I always loved this, avatar set. This weird parasitic fungal infection. Since watching Stargate, I've had a huge soft spot for sentient parasites. Yeah, cooperation will surely benefit us all. Hey, would you like, what do you like? You're nomadic, conservationist, slow learners, natural physicists with tundra preference. Tundra preference? But you want to migrate to me. Maybe you have... God damn, you have 5 colonies. 4 colonies, at least. Tundra. Okay, I'm not gonna do that, because I actually kind of hate having too many species. Why? Take some energy. Tell me about people you know. You mean to tell me you don't know anyone? Alright, well that's disappointing. This is getting to have quite a lot of science in it. Likey. Oh, it's an alpine world with size 21. That's pretty good. Typically, I think the meta is any planet smaller than size 16 isn't worth colonizing. Some people just colonize every planet they can get, which what I did when I first started playing. Now I'm such a snob that I won't colonize anything smaller than size 20. Because every colony that you make raises your research costs and unity costs, and I like keeping those very low. Self-evolving logic is good because it gives research alternatives. It's really good because this is a necessary tech to get AI out of, and because I'm planning on turning us into beautiful robot people, that's sort of necessary, isn't it? I'm just going to turn both of these on autopilot now, on auto survey, so they'll go do their thing. Ooh, shit. Which are you? If this is a curator, I will be very happy to have them that close to me. I don't think... Oh, they might be. Let's research this. If this is the curator archive, I want it in my border. I keep grabbing new systems and not developing it. It's a very, very bad habit. Do we colonize? We probably do. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Vinjim, let's get this garbage colonized first. This beautiful garbage. Never mind, can't afford it.
Initiating evasive maneuvers.
Whoop. Ah. More amoebas.
Research project concluded.
Yeah, man. Oh, these are curators. So we're gonna go get that in our border as quickly as possible, because me likey curators. Yeah, dope. I will see you later, Corey. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, this series is just gonna be me complaining about stuff I want to fix. It's gonna be great.
System scan complete.
All right, cool. There's a special building that you can build only, here it is, Curator Think Tank. You can only build in systems with the Curator Enclave, and you need to have good relations with them. I can't decide if I think this is good or not. I honestly can't make up my mind if I think it's either good or garbage. It's 2 energy, which isn't that much energy. And it's 15 research, which is a lot of research. But it's also expensive, and you have to go through the... It seems like an early game version of the think tanks you can make later on. Yep, okay, we're gonna grab that. Dope. I kind of want this. Devosa... Ooh. No, Devasa 1 is size 24. I thought this was size 21. I misread this. Yeah, I want that. I don't, we can't colonize it now. Oh, this is size 21, that's right. I'm gonna want both of these. We can't colonize it yet, but once we turn into robots, we will. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Now, our energy income is bad. I kind of want to get the Curator deal, but I know we can't afford it very well. They think they're superior to me. No. Their fleet power is overwhelming. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, I'm going to talk to them, and I want this deal. And I'm gonna want that deal recurring. So I need to get our energy income up to the point where I can afford to pay 1,000 energy every 5 years. It's not actually that hard to do, I just haven't been investing in energy at all. You see there's a ton of unexploited energy right in here. It'll be fine. Let's go for building speed. It's not, most impressive thing in the world, but it is nice. We have a bunch of energy buildings queued up, or stations queued up. We're going to upgrade our buildings to get a little bit more. But right now, really I think about the most important thing I can do is just let our science ships run rogue. Our borders are starting to get big. We're lacking in colonies, but I'm doing that intentionally to help keep the population aspect of this pretty low. Here. No, 11 systems. This isn't actually taking population into account yet. Huh, maybe it no longer does that. Maybe it's only systems? Maybe. That would be very interesting if that were the case. Very, very interesting if that were the case. I have my doubts as to if that is the case or not, but...
Online. Anomaly detected.
Yeah, research that beacon. That bacon. Delicious, delicious bacon.
Research project concluded.
Dope. That's a decent chunk of experience, which gets you to level 4, which means, you need to be level 5 to research that. Wah, wah. Let's do Centauri B. Oh god, this is gonna take forever. Mission survey marker. Not bad. When this game was new, I played through and I wrote down, I made note of how many of each different anomaly I encountered. I played in a completely empty galaxy by myself, a massive one or a huge one, the biggest one you can play in, just to see what the ratio was. And It was really weird. There were some anomalies that show up way more than you might expect. And of course, it's been addressed since then. It was a bug? Well, not bug, but unintentional. We got xenobiology. Neat. Not gonna make much use of it, but neat. Da, 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 da. Gotta get our energy so we can afford to pay the nerds over here in Chaleb. What up, nerds? Amaranthi. Dope. Good nerds. Oh god. Cardinal sin, Alex. Phone doesn't go near the mic. Doesn't go anywhere near the mic. This is 2 games in a row where I spawned right next to a curator enclave. That's cool. It's very cool. It's just kind of quiet. We'll gather these specimens, of course, because you're pacifist, materialist, xenophile. You're militarist, but you're fanatic materialist, so you like both of us. Unless you have neighbors over here, well, you're not, because I'm gonna cut you off, probably. Looks like this is continuing to be a very quiet game. Good Starhold. Amoeba? Yep, more amoeba. Might be the same amoeba, actually. By that I mean I'm pretty sure those are the same amoeba. Rarely, very, very rarely is a materialist society you can get a good event from Improbable Ceramics that gives you inspired research bonus, which is a +5 or +10% bonus to your research for a period of either 5 or 10 years. It's quite nice, but more likely than not, you're not going to get anything out of this. If you're materialist, if you're spiritualist, the chances of you getting the inspired bonus are much higher. I still go for it. Maybe I shouldn't, but... Well, that's okay. Erasmidin. You have... Yeah, a couple of defenses, huh? Let's disband all those. I don't need them anymore. They're eating up energy credits. Let's just say goodbye. Say bye, bye, bye. Biolab 2? Yeah, actually, xenobiology is kind of important now. Alright, so we got these robots that are just sitting here. I don't know what I want them on. Oh, god damn it. Never mind. Never mind. Our civilian shipping wings are now being raided by this improvised Starfleet, which identifies itself only as the period. This isn't me. This is a Stellaris bug. They probably spawn in Barnard Star, or out here, or out here. Really, I just listed all the possible options. They'll show up. Or they spawned in here and they died immediately, which is why it said a period, but... Damn, Spearham! That is a lot of physics, my dude. Oh no, no it isn't. That's a lot of engineering, though. Dang! Because, skid marks. Yeah. I want that. This is really the problem of the new border system. I'll see a system and be like, oh, well, that's above average. I want it. Oh, I want that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and never get around to actually developing my provinces, or my, territory at all. It's not ideal. Wrapping up power in Sirius, then moving on to Alpha Centauri. I'm definitely making enough energy, but, you know, since I'm on this energy bender, might as well keep it going. People who play Stellaris seriously are probably screaming at the monitor or just shaking their heads in frustration because what you gun for an early game, minerals. And I'm sitting on 13 unexploited right here, which is pretty sizable. That would double my income, more or less. But we're not min-maxing this game. We're taking this nice and easy. Achievement runs in Stellaris haven't really attracted me at all. They did when the game first came out, but the achievements in this game... Yep, see here, bad ending. Bad ending, and I can't use this influence that we're getting, so let's do research grants. Research grants are fucking awesome, as you can obviously tell. Plus 10% research speed, really, really good. Map the stars, also good. All these are fine. Yeah, let's do map the stars, actually, because I'm a greedy boy and want more anomalies. So, crunchitize me, Captain. You do... Well, we got all this garbage to research in here. Should I build a second construction ship? Probably. I'm doing it, so... Should or not, it's happening. Research alternatives. Yeah, this is why curators are the best.
System surveyed.
That's real dope. I don't want Bernard Star because of the 2 energy. I want it because it's an empty system and pirates can spawn in empty systems. I'm doing this for border security more than anything else. I kind of want to wrap up my borders in Yulin and Hantaran, or Eam and Yulin, or Eam and Davosa. Basically what I'm trying to say is I want... Oh wow, yeah, they're eating their way over here, so I may not have a choice in that capacity. Davosa I want because it has that size 24 planet. Eam has that size 21. Yeah, maybe this should be the extent of my border for now. And just to cut them off from future expansion, yeah, that could be worth it. No, energy output increased by 5%. Dope, and more energy. Yeah, I like that. Yo, dog, heard you like energy.
Construction online.
Alright, instead of going to build another one, let's actually develop this before running too far.
System charted.
Oxamom!
Construction online.
If I see Mon in anything, my brain immediately goes to, unsurprisingly, Digimon. Just imagining that thing as a Digimon. Was it a bad idea to send them over here and then instead of over here? Probably they can loop around. Or just loop up here and keep building this out. And we'll find out. It's no biggie. Well, it might be a biggie. It's fine. I know I should be doing something with these two. I don't know. I guess we need minerals more than anything else right now. Yeah, let's build some mining networks there. I need minerals. It just feels like a waste, but they're only robots right now, so they can't do research and they can't get Unity and meh. Might as well make the best of a meh situation. Alright, Arinthi secured. Let's get... The best route would be that. Now, you are 75 years old. You may not live to do that loop. I'd love it if you did, because that loop will definitely get you up to level 5, and if you're level 5, you can come back down here and research this. But you probably won't. Not trying to jinx it, just being realistic. We haven't researched that much in terms of age extension. Artisan troop. Is this the artisan troop? Yeah, they're in Sabtrack. Nice to meet you. Actually. Oh. Nope. I thought that was only 1,000. 3,000? Nah. Nah, I ain't that rich.
New technology discovered.
I hope to be that rich before too long, but not now.
System scan complete.
If we take a look at Pilgrim, this is a pretty good example of how
Construction online.
massive solar system changes how planetary systems spawn. In default Stellaris, each orbit is about equidistant from the previous orbit with some minimal variation. More or less, they're about the same distance from each other. In massive solar system, basically stars spawn in 2 or 3 parts. The first part is the inner solar system. The inner solar system is the habitable range. It has 0 to 3, 0 to 4 planets. Actually 1 to 3, 1 to 4 planets after this most recent patch. Just to try to make more planets everywhere and populate the map a little bit more. So this is where you're going to get colonizable planets. This is probably where your asteroid belt is going to be. Asteroid fields are going to be. This is the heart of the star system. Outside of this range, you will have 3 to 4 more planets out here in this second area, but the borders between planets out here are randomized on a much larger scale. They're much more likely to be further and further apart, simulating the way that our own solar system works, right? Like you have the vast majority of the mass of the solar system is in the inner solar system, right here. I mean, the Sun, obviously, and Jupiter. That's it. But then you still have Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune out here, but, like, look how far that is in comparison to, like, this is the heart of our solar system. This is pretty much the entirety of what matters to us. Then Saturn is twice as far away as that, and then Uranus is twice as far away as that, and then Neptune's pretty much twice as far as that. And that's due to just the way that orbital mechanics work, I think. Right, let's...
Construction online.
Yeah, you'll build when you get there.
Research project concluded.
We are getting so much society research, which is... I got mixed feelings about it. I guess it's okay. Let me guess. Yep. Amoeba.
New technology discovered.
I haven't seen Amoeba in a long time. Ooh. Defensive platform HP. This is good. But I'm not gonna use it. But yeah, let's do it. These new techs that just like give flat HP are really hard for me to say no to because they're free. They're free. You don't have to build new ships or upgrade them or anything else. That HP is just immediately applied, and that's really fucking good. I wonder if that was balanced by lowering the default amount of HP that those things got, thus making this just raising the bar back up to vanilla, or if the bar is already at vanilla and these techs raise the bar even more.
Research project concluded.
I'd say, in all likelihood, it's the first one, not the second possibility, because I swear they would not have rebalanced the Titans and random hostile aliens. No, I'm sure they just toned down your starting quality of ships and allow you to research back up to base quality before. I'm 99% certain that's the way it works. If it doesn't, that's surprising. You know, actually, it might not be surprising, because that's probably the laziest way to do it. And when in doubt, assume people are being lazy. Not to say that the Paradox devs are lazy people. They are not particularly. They're very driven, passionate, capable individuals, and I have nothing but respect for them. If occasional frustration but typically, here we go. Athena, frontier system, coastal or space, yada yada yada, we're pirate time. Yeah. I was about to say something nice, but then I remembered digging through code earlier today. Oh wow, yeah, that rip. Jesus Christ. So, in Stellaris, when you are say you're setting up the code for the solar system, if you want to say that there's a planet here, you start a new line and you say planet equals then the type of planet, then the size of the planet, and how far away it is from the last planet, all that stuff. But the game assumes that you're only coding one of those things. It never assumes, unless you put in count equals 2 or count equals 3 or something like that, it never assumes more than one. However, some asshole, I mean that in a nice way, added so many redundant lines of code to the initializers for making systems that just say count equals 1 on, like, making a star. My dude, the game doesn't let you put more than one star, so why are you specifying that there's a count equals 1 when it can't not be 1? Yes, extend the deal. It annoyed me because, oh god, and there was also, count, and in brackets, minimum value, minimum equals 0, maximum equals 0. So, min equals number, max equals number means it's setting up a range of possibilities, like with the moons around gas giants, like the one in... Nope, it's not in here. The one in here? Yeah, this boy. These have minimum number of moons, minimum 0, maximum 10. So it can have between 0 and 10 moons. If you set up a value to be minimum 0, maximum 0, motherfucker, it's never gonna spawn. Why did you write in the code for that thing and then make it never spawn by putting 0, 0? Because it's not like it was a star system referenced by events or something that would be spawned into the game, or a special planet or something. It was just a random ass planet, not touched by any scripts or events. Needless to say, I fixed it. But why? I mean, there's something close to 20,000 lines of code when it's just with these solar system initializers alone. So I get it. It's a huge pain in the ass to read through, but I've read through it at least 10 times, line by line, and I'm still finding problems with it. It's just, it can be frustrating to be working on something and be like, you know, I could do this better. I could fix this. But, yeah. And it's very nice to be able to fix it and make it better, and very pleasing to be able to load up the mod and go like, oh my god, that's so much better.
Construction online.
I know that the devs are busy people, and they're not one-trick ponies like I am. And by one-trick pony, I mean, like, what I work on is very limited in scope, right? Like, I work on system spawning, system balance. That's it. That's, like, all I work on. I try to balance other stuffs around scale and just make scale work. The Stellaris devs, and most Paradox devs, as I understand it, work on many different aspects of the project. Some work on very limited, and again, limited has negative connotation. I don't mean to imply anything negative, but they only work on certain parts of the game. But many of the devs, to my knowledge, work on many different aspects of it. Just something I can do in a limited capacity, but definitely when it comes to, like, combat, I'm kind of worthless when it comes to... I'm good at megastructures, I'm good at planetary systems. Basically, this is a wonderful thing about Stellaris and all of Paradox's titles, is the code's so damn intuitive that you can learn it really quickly just by reading through the code and seeing what they did and try to reverse engineer it.
Technology discovered.
It's kind of fun. I mean, it's a hell of a lot of work, and it's stressful and energy intensive, but it's very satisfying to learn something by taking the pieces of what somebody before he was done and putting it together like a puzzle. Now here's a question, do we take Athena and cut them off? I mean, yeah, obviously, right? I don't even want Athena, but that would give me access to something that they don't have access to. I'm gonna build... I was questioning whether I wanted to build this station over Arrakis 2 or not, because I did say I wanted to colonize it, and you'll see this the lack of colonizing going on. Meh. Maybe I don't want to colonize it. Not yet. Maybe eventually. I like keeping population small. That makes it easier to turn people into cyborgs and easy to turn people into synthetics later on, because the cost of the research project to make that happen is based on a number based off of your population size. Ah, we're not gonna get Devasa. You can still get Eum, and hopefully we can cut them up. Fire the furnace. This is new. Unusual star stuff event chain. Wet. Okay, there's one, there's two. Okay. Natural wormhole. Yep. The wormholes are pretty dope. Not gonna lie. Survey that system, then come back here, research that giant skeleton.
System surveyed.
Oh, hey there, neighbor. I just thought I'd come in here and cut you off. Now, if we can get up to Satrinius before they can and cut them off there, that'd be nice. Then they'd fill in this bubble, and that would be it.
Online.
I don't have anything against them, except that I intend to eventually take over the galaxy. And the less territory they have, the easier they are to take over.
Research project concluded. Research project concluded.
Okay. Survey that system. Now, I want to survey that system because it has the star stuff.
New technology discovered.
Yeah. Droids. Not even a question.
Construction online.
Yep, now build the... Ooh. Expensive, huh? Well, build that. And come back to me. That's a pity, but that's okay. There we go, more unity. Fire the furnace. We seem to have found the right system. Radiation data of the local star matches the one previously countered. Do all that, then come research that. Oh, you're level 5. Well, shit, after you're done with this, my dude, you got some organic remains out there to check out. Find me the Cybrex.
Construction online.
Find me anything belonging to the Cybrex. Because, we could use a few more. Curator Exploration Lab is also very, very good.
Research
we go. Specimen secured, which should have given me more unity. We have enough influence to do something else. Political thought, production targets, high capacity, healthcare. Yeah, let's do production targets. Make me more energy. I'm a fan of that. Why is your experience not going up? Don't know. Go explore. I find the way that the center of the galaxy is revealed now a little weird, just because it's this big white circle. Once you find everything around it, it makes more sense, but early on it looks a little goofy. The way that the randomized borders fit together is very neat now. We're not seeing it so much here. No, a little bit. A lot of the colors start to bleed into each other a little bit, just because the color palettes are... Normally it's a very beige and blue looking sea of stuff. There's not a lot of very sharp, strong colors. In my experience. Well, they're cut off here. Do I keep building over here? No, right? Like, we're definitely needing to go build an Acheron and try to get up here more quickly.
Construction online.
Yeah, so let's just build. We're probably gonna have to go wipe that out, which is gonna be awkward and interesting and give me a chance to actually build a worthwhile fleet.
Research project concluded.
Found the star is formed around a minuscule wormhole, which have ripped open a dimensional rift. Rays in other dimension have replaced the need for cosmic rays installation. The process of supernovae radiation, reducing the beryllium-8 count created in stars into a stable element. The star is thus unique in its fusion capabilities. Huh. I feel like I've seen this before, actually. I thought it was from a mod, though. Guess not. Yeah, you don't like the border friction. That makes sense. We have lots of borders to be frictioning about. Yeah, right, I haven't researched any ship tech besides like, yo, you want better engines? There you go, Manic.
Fleet upgrades applied.
Hopefully I can get this big enough to claim this system for us so we can grab this system and box them in. If we can't box them in here, then we can always go up here. If we can't do it here, then we can do it here. We could just keep our borders running parallel to theirs until we get up here, but okay, seriously, the sooner we do it, the better.
New technology discovered.
Dope. Hypercoms forum. Really like that. I don't love the rest of these. Let's go with cloning. Which the growth isn't going to do anything for us as, you know, not a lot growing right now. It'll happen. It'll happen. Don't worry about it. Assist research will be useful in the future. Right now, cold fusion seems good to me. Let's keep these running along. I kind of missed the days where Corvette spam was the way to go. It was, you know,
Construction online.
it was something, alright.
Construction online.
Yeah, fleet construction and upgrading should be my focus because I'm going to be able to eat up all these systems leading up to here very easily. Ah, you took my maniacal engineer. And you gave me back an adaptable New World theorist. I mean, they're not garbage. But not what I wanted. Trade deal. Yeah, sure. I don't really want to be your friend, but...
Construction online.
I can't stand to rival you yet, so yeah, let's be friends.
System charted. Construction online.
Obskyke is such a great system name. I've had some very fun games with Obskykes in the past. Yeah, man, it really was just that one gas giant that I've seen so far with any clipping issues. The clipping issue, if you're curious, is not prevented because planets and stars and moons do not have collision with one another. They just phase through each other. There's no physics there. There's no invisible walls making them collide with each other. They just don't. Which is a little annoying. It's good in the sense that it'd be really hard to randomly generate that, especially working in a good capacity, or working in any capacity, I suppose. But yeah, it would still be pretty and nice if they found a way to make it work. Okay, our fleet is almost competent. Almost. Watch us not even be here anymore. I mean, it was amoebas. They may be gone. But I'd rather not jump in there with a fleet that's undersized and underpowered and get it wiped out, so...
Evading hostiles.
Speaking of...
Construction online.
Yep. All construction online. It's all very pretty and beautiful, and all this is as good as it's gonna get. The getting is as good as it's gonna get. Yeah. This will be done in 4 months. This will be done in 6 months. Suckies. I thought that said Squagus. I'm like, what the fuck is Squagus? 942 is not necessarily gonna be able to take care of that 1K problem, but it makes me comfortable enough to at least check out the 1K problem. Build some more minerals. Mineral stations. Mineral farms. Stations, yeah. Physics lab is pretty nice. More power is always nice, but physics is better. Robert modification points. Gotta get those Robert mods. Yeah, robot modification. So now we have droids. These are now droids. Droids are better than robots. Still not very good at research or unity or energy or, you know, those things, but they're better at minerals than before.
Construction line.
And they're pretty decent at making food. No more or less than humans are, but, you know, pretty decent. That is a lot of physics. I'm gonna have these two Ooh, Eternal Horizon. That is a great name. Oh, I thought this was two planets clipping into each other. I'm like, no, it's just a broken ass planet. That is what is referred to as a busta? Yes? Is that what that is? Am I hip with the kids now? Busta was not a word that lived very long. I mean, it still lives on in some vernaculars, but busta is not so much in vogue anymore. Earhart? Nah, come on. The fame of Amelia Earhart is largely due to her relationship with media figures and media moguls. She wasn't a bad person. well, to my knowledge, but she really wasn't that remarkable of a pilot either. She just had access to some very influential people who helped her become well known. There were a few notable French female pilots before her who got their licenses all squared away and were actually quite good. Not that needlessly throw shade. Just I hate that she's taught as like this pioneer when like there were women who were like the first pilots who had to go through the bullshit of paving the way, whose names we don't teach in school, just because she got lost in the Pacific that we remember her. Well, presumably in the Pacific.
Initiating evasive maneuvers.
Japan. Speaking of the Pacific, here's Japan. Japan. Yeah, this is gonna end. We've lost 2 so far. Oh, you've gotten Trickster. Trickster gives more sublight speed. You are fast, my dude. Love it. Alright. No. You. Oh. Balls. Hey, I need you to turn around and survey this system. I thought that I could have built that station. Yep. It's fine, not like I have a
technology discovered.
pressing meeting or anything to get to. This for more unity. I really do like the new station aspect that they're not just built on planets, there's one per every star system, that this is how you build defenses, this is how you build ships, they have unique modules to them. I really like them.
Construction online.
Because I had actually had the idea, and I wrote about this on the mod page, but I've gotten rid of it when I updated the mod page a couple of days ago. I had the idea to do something very similar when I was building this mod in the first place. Yeah, I actually am playing Stellaris, not just coding it this time. My follower base has... If you see me streaming Stellaris, it's like a 80% chance I'm not actually streaming Stellaris. I'm probably just coding. But no, I'm actually playing Apocalypse with a
Anomaly detected.
good functioning version of my mod. Yeah, I wanted to use frontier outposts and be able to upgrade them into habitats, was my idea. But this is so much better than that. Private collector? I mean, I could. Or explorer's texts. I mean, they're garbage, and I'm not going to use them, so...
Anomaly detected.
You know, you're allowed to stream outside of the coding section. I was playing Stellaris. Those were Stellaris' files open. And most of the time it wasn't coding, it was just complaining. I have streamed under the coding tag or section next time, but... Or, in the past, not next time. What am I saying? But
System scan complete.
It feels generous to call what I do coding, because it's not like I'm building anything from scrap. I'm just reverse engineering and mutilating Stellaris code into something new. Yeah. I mean, it's working pretty well. I'm really happy with how pretty all these stars are being, and how populous they are, and the good geography we have going on. So I'm gonna keep streaming, obviously, but this is the end of hour 2. If you're watching on YouTube, you know the deal by now. Stop by again tomorrow for some more of this, or something else, or both, probably. Till then, make sure to share, comment, like, subscribe. Till then, toodaloo, take care, I'll see you next time. Bye!